Hey folks, welcome back. This is Lucid, and we're jumping back into our game with Lemuria. Hello, darkness, and it's turn 49. So let's see what kind of pain and misery awaits us this turn. Okay, so we got 20 fire gems from Pythium. We normally were getting 10. So, okay, a few things. I've asked for Pythium to start sending me fire gems only instead of a lantern. And secondly, he forgot to send them last turn, so that is that. You can see we finished Conjuration 8, which means we can now do Well of Misery. And then we're heading down Evocation to give us Wailing Winds and Winds of Death. And then, some other goodies along the way too, of course. We cast Cloud Trapeze, which means we're going to have a... Oh, these are defensive Cloud Trapezes in case he is going to do Magic Phase attacks on my fort. So it doesn't look like that happened, but it could have happened. And we would have been slightly ready with Air Elementals. Okay, we found a Gorge. Garden of Pearls. So 1 Earth Gem, 2 Pearls, 1 Earth Gem, 1 Fire Gem. That's a lot of gems in one turn. Here, Calum attacks me. We're in a cave, which is to my benefit. And then they drop right on the console, which would normally be a problem, but we can see all was pretty effective. And yeah, all is just doing a ton of work here, actually. I've never seen alt do so much work. Okay, and they've already routed, so... Anyway, that failed. We take this back from Calum, this underwater province. Oddly, Pythium decides these revelers are no longer worth it, so he's going to get rid of them. Charges them into my land. I didn't know if he was pinging me, like scouting out something, but no, apparently he... Because I messaged him after this. I was like, hey, don't we have a nap? And he's like, oh, I just sent them to die. I was like, okay. Little strange. Now, here, we had set this guy up as a trap for the King of Elemental Earth. And in the test games, he won a lot, but what I don't think I accounted for in the test game, I don't think I gave him Summon Earth Power. Maybe I did, I can't remember. But I ran quite a lot of tests. And this guy was the best kit I could come up with. He didn't always win, but he almost always won and very rarely lost. The thing where he would typically lose is if his defense gets low, it would kind of be bad news. And the way his defense would typically get low is if basically the Vine Shield procced. But so far, things seem to be going okay. We've broken his shield, so no more of that business. And we've broken his armor, and his defense is getting harassed down. And here we've even killed his armor now. So far, things are looking, pretty good. And he's got profuse bleeding. But his fatigue isn't really going down that fast. But now there's no more skeleton. I think I needed to be safe, especially to protect all this gear. I needed to send in a Skelly Spammer, because now he's taking these direct hits, and he's just gotten kind of unlucky, but he got an Affliction now, crippled, which has hit his defense, and we really were relying on defense to dodge a lot of the attacks, but now he's going to get hit most of the time. Now his fatigue is starting to get up, but anyway, he kills him, so that's a bit of a zinger. He's probably going to get some of my gear, my armor and weapon, but we'll find out. So anyway, that sucks. I think it's... Like, on one hand, I got unlucky. I think I might not have also tested with Earth Power. So I was used to him fatiguing out sooner. And I got unlucky in a few ways. I got the minus defense, which is probably what makes the difference between him surviving or not. From getting a limp. But I should have had a Skelly Spammer, even just a couple D1s popping up and making a few skeletons, just to distract this guy and give this guy more time to regen. So that's unfortunate. I mean, we lost a fair amount of gear on our dude, so such is the way of the world. Here we see Sarumancer sacrificing some dudes with Twiceborn. So he's going to have some interesting little, probably Phoenix Pyre thugs. We're just getting him off the payroll. And Gath is taking out these villains. We're doing light raiding successfully. Atlantis tries to take something back with just a scout, but look, guys, I always put one PD in my province. The number of times I fucked it up is I probably fuck it up like and forget to put a PD in a province I take like 3 times a game. Doesn't happen very often. It's one of I make a lot of casual mistakes, but this is one of the casual mistakes I don't make many of. Okay, some Storm Guard coming in. And they tend to kill ghosts pretty well, especially in Cold 3. But we have a lot of ghosts. And eventually we kind of get the surrounding. Once they're surrounded, they start going down. But yeah, they killed a ton of our guys, but like we don't care about 27, but they might care about losing 11. I mean, these guys are kind of expensive, so... like at 15 gold a pop, how many is 11? That's like 100 and... I don't know, 70? So I don't know, it's okay. Okay, where were we? Okay, we took control of this province, meant no resistance. Here we've got one, okay, he's killing some barbs. And then this is AI Arco just attacking out blindly. And Sakane got an assassination attempt, which didn't bother him. Agents of the Necromancer hard at work. And then we found a treasure. We got an ivory bow, which is not very good, but it's something. And we can put it on one of our priests. But we got a fair amount of gems, so this is a really good event. Okay, coming over here, we got plus Dominion, and we got 12 Unrest, which is fine, but some gold, which is more important. More barbs for the PvE experience of playing Gath. And I've got my Bane Venom Charm, which I need to figure out what we're doing with it. Where the hell is my Bane Venom Charm? Do I still have it over here? Okay, I guess I sent it over here. So, okay, for this turn, we actually have a few things planned. I've got 2 turns for this episode, so this is going to be a twofer. One of the things, probably the coolest, is we've got Dekan Khan. And Dekan Khan is going to teleport on top of these guys here. And it should just be a little bit of PD, but there's a temple, so we want to raid it. So that will be fun. And hopefully he'll be okay. Now, he may expect a raid because I've got these guys here, but if he sends troops to reinforce or mages, we'll hit them at different times, because I'm going to magic phase in, so I'll fight just PD, and then I'll fight whatever troops he sends in. We're also going to go ahead and just send this Bane Venom Charm, I guess, over here, just to pollute these lands and let Caleb know he's not welcome. We also, because this Soulless Warrior was just left on top of this, he decided not to try to defend this, assuming I might attack with a big army. I didn't. I just kind of poked my head out, because I didn't know if he was going to send a thug or whatever. But I do want to finish getting this fort up, and we've only got 1 turn left, because right now this is kind of the weak link in my fortification network. So we're going to go ahead and get this up, but to protect it, because if they attack this turn, it will stop it from going up. We're going to have a bunch of people move and patrol, basically a full army, with the full army script and all of that jazz. So that is what we're doing. Now, if we just had moved them in, of course, they wouldn't be available for the fight, so all these people are moving and patrolling. What else? These guys were having haul ass out of here. If they get magic phased attack, they're scripted to retreat. But otherwise, if there's no combat, they'll just not do anything. Here you can see he took this back with some Storm Guard and Harab Seraphs. And we're going to go ahead and come back and attack this, because this is a pretty high value province. It's got 3 pearls, and there's a lab there, so I don't have to worry about tracing gem income. So we'll go ahead and attack that. Otherwise, most of the logistics are moving troops over to this war front. I was kind of hoping I would bump Atlantis over here. And so I have a big army. Atlantis has not really been trying to defend this throne. So we're going to go ahead and just send everybody over here and say, let's have a big fight. And see how it goes, basically. I think, in a very big fight, I think I win. Mainly because he's on the clock with Rigor Mortis being up. And I'm not. And with mass protection, he's not going to be able to kill me super quickly. And yeah, I think that's basically it. And Darkness and Quagmire. I'm putting Quagmire up, which is going to also help. It's going to give them 2 encumbrance. So they are going to fatigue out significantly faster. I thought about bumping these guys because I have told, and I'm trying to figure this out, because first of all, these guys have stopped communicating with me. We were talking a fair amount at the beginning of the game, but they have gone basically off the radar for communications, which usually represents a Diplo degradation. But I had told him he can have this stuff to the west of Marignan. But I don't think I actually want to give him this, and he hasn't been coordinating, and I thought about bumping him. If I didn't know how much mage support he had, but I felt like I would win a bump if I moved all these troops here. Because I've got a lot of archers, etc. So I don't know. I'm thinking about sending troops here and having a bump. The thing I'm worried about is we have this arrangement with Eternal Pyre. And I don't want to give him an excuse to not honor it, really. And me having a bump on land I told him I would give him, but there was no trade. I just said I would, he could have it. But I think if he comes in and takes the fort, I don't know. The other thing is if I kill this army, he's going to be kind of fucked. But also, I don't feel like we're going to be at peace for that much longer. And because he has Purgatory up, he's probably not so worried about me attacking him. Though that would be a mistake, because I can just attack him and my Dominion will fill up here, and then I'll attack the next wave. So anyway, the big play over here is going for this throne. Obviously, this is going to represent a Diplo degradation, but I don't know what to do. He's not even going to try to defend it, really. So, yeah, let's go ahead and make a play for it, I guess. And there's not a ton of... I mean, he's got mages who can do evocations, but I kind of want to get him before he has something like... I don't know. With his underwater mages, he can do Firestorm. And if he does Firestorm, then I'm basically going to lose this whole army. So I figure I might as well try to take it before he has it, if he doesn't have it yet. What is Cleansing Waters? I guess it is Evocation. Shit. He must have it, because he's had Cleansing Waters for forever. Yeah, that's basically a free win. Fuck. Yeah, anyway, we'll talk about it on my next turn, which is my current one. But I have to make a decision whether we're going to fight. So far, Atlantis hasn't been bamboozling me. If it was a player I don't know. That would be the move, and he should have it now. Firestorm. But if he does Firestorm, I just basically lose, because I'm going to be doing mass protection, which doesn't even really matter. And why do I say that? Because, like, I would lose if I have mass protection up or not. It's kind of a doesn't change anything sort of situation. He could hurt some of it. No, I think it's just we're going to get wrecked if we do that. I don't know. We're a little bit in a lull before we get Alt 9. Because there's a few nations now, like Gath, who has Firestorm. Kalem, I don't think they're going to get it terribly soon, but, they could. When these battlefield wipes come out and we don't have the counters to them yet, it's going to be rough. But I think it's time to kind of make a play for it. The other thing I could do if I move on top of this, I could just jump off and go somewhere else and then just do a gym bait here and see what he's going to actually have. So anyway, we'll get to decide that next turn. But he could also intercept me this turn. He doesn't, because we're about to pull up next turn. But that's basically what's happening over here. This Bogaroos army, I wonder where it's going. I figure it's either coming over here to pick a fight with Satis, or it's coming down here to fight the Necromancer. So we'll see. But that's basically it for this turn. Did I send a message? No. Let's go ahead and pull up my current turn. Current turn. 10 fire gems. We have a message from Calum. Well, obviously it didn't went as well as I would have liked. Go as well as I would have liked. If you're still open to talking, we could try to reach some kind of agreement. So, I had basically sent him a message saying he wasn't going to get any infrastructure, and I guess he has bought in on that now. But if you're Calum and you're looking at this, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get any of these forts. My siege defense in all these forts is like 300. Combined with 500 wall integrity means even with flying troops who are pretty good at popping forts, ain't happening anytime soon. And then the type of army he would have to commit, I'm going to have Wind of Death ready to just zap the shit out of it. The interesting thing, so there's a few things that happen. We attacked, I think we're not going to do this one from the turn meeting. We attacked here, we just ran into PD. Unfortunately, it was enough PD to trigger gym use. So this is a very impressive looking Lemurian army, if I do say so myself. Why that triggered gym use? 1,000 guys for 60 PD, I have no idea. But we have popped it. And we would definitely like this, because I think we... what are the thrones we have? Throne of Bureaucracy of the Moon. No. Fire. Churning Ocean and Golden Throne. Okay, I don't have one that gives... I don't know if I would actually get this, because I do kind of like my luck scale. But I do kind of also like 4 pearls. Anyway, this is going to be needed to win the game. So the question is, do I take it? I think the big Atlantis army has moved out here. And I don't know if he was thinking... I have no idea what it's really doing. It must be here. But I don't know what he was going to do with it. So anyway, the decision I have to make is, do I stay or do I go? And the risk of if I stay is he could do Firestorm. And if he Firestorms, I'm going to lose everybody. The thing I could do I have anybody who's just super thick? Pendragon's not really... I have a bunch of gems too on Scout, so I can fill back up the gems for the people in order to kind of finish their scripts, but what I'm really worried about is him just bringing all the army and doing Firestorm. We wouldn't even be able to hardly get across the battlefield. The only good thing is, so if we look at Atlantis's units, they can do it, but they can't do it easily. They get these guys, and then they have a fire random they can get. So to cast Firestorm, it's actually not super simple. What I think they would probably have to do is... Let me pull it up. So they're going to be Fire 1 when they enter the Communion. And they need to be Fire 4 to cast it. So... you need to be Fire 5, but spending an extra gem, you can do it at 4. So if they had 4 slaves, that would get them up to Fire 3, and then they could do Power of the Spheres or Phoenix Power, and that would get them up to Fire 5. To Fire 4, which would allow them to cast it. And that's easy to do. Like, that's not super hard, but it's going to come online kind of late. It's going to come online, like, you need... And this isn't exactly super fast to cast. So basically, you're going to do Communion Master, then you're going to do, Power the Spheres, let's say, and then you're going to do Firestorm. And that's basically, it's going to be near turn 4. So it's not going to be fast. The problem, though, is if he brings all his troops, I can't kill him in any way. No way could I kill him before Firestorm would drop. The thing I could potentially do is cast Rain. And Rain, Firestorm also I think is a little weaker in Cold 3, but I'm not sure. I know the fires will kind of dispel, but I don't know if the damage from Firestorm is weaker. Let's see if we can find out. Doesn't say. Rain is one thing that can potentially fuck it up. I don't think it'll fuck it up on Communions, but if you have a single guy trying to cast it, sometimes a Rain cast will put it over the fatigue threshold for which a guy is willing to actually cast it. So maybe I do that instead of Quagmire. And there's a chance it will stop that spell from going off. Because I think if that spell doesn't go off, I think I win. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to try Rain. We do it. The other option, of course, is I could send armies out to like both of these forts and try to pop both of them. And then he'll have an army here, and I could gem bait the army here. I've also got these sea trolls. Trauma is definitely going to come up. So anyway, we've got a decision to make here. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do, so we'll come back to that. Over here with Caleb, I've got to basically talk to him, but I'm fine making peace. I don't see how I'm going to take land from Caleb. I'm okay raiding him and just playing this game and killing his stuff. But I just don't see it in the cards that I take his fort. With all the different ways he has to defeat me. Wind of Death, Wailing Winds, Wrathful Skies. I just don't see it happening. And I don't see him taking my forts either. So I think this is a stalemate war we should get out of. And the good thing, and this is what I talked about last episode, is if we do that, I think I immediately attack Bogarus and Satis. Because these guys don't even know what's coming. They're going to get... And then if I have Bogarus or most of Bogarus and most of Satis, then I think I basically win. We've got forts coming up here and here. I think I started those last turn, but I didn't talk about it. Here we're site searching. We found... Oh, for sites. We didn't go through all that. We cast Fires from Afar. I cast that over here. Oh, he's got a huge Queen of Thunder. Fuck. I forgot. This player really does like getting the elemental royalty, but he actually uses them really well too, so it's a bit annoying. I don't know if there's any left for me to get. I could get a King of Fire, which I probably should try to do. I was thinking about, because it's about time for me. We also had a Dire Portent. So what happened was the Pythium stole Well of Misery, so he now has all the globals. We're going to have to steal that from him. And I think to do it, I could maybe do it now, but I think I'm going to do it with a few more death gems, and I need to do it underwater. So if I went underwater this turn, I could do a pretty strong overcasting. But I might wait one more turn. If I wait one more turn, that'll allow me to get a King of Fire Elementals, which I think would be nice. I got a Troll King this past turn. So the Troll King gets me up to Earth 4. I don't really have an easy way to get up to Earth 5, though. I could get a King of Elemental Earth, but I don't know how many there are left. Anyway. Does he have... Anybody have Earthblood Deepwell? No. Eternal Plier. And I'm a part owner in this. A lot of these I don't really care about that they have. Like, I'm not really attacking Pythium. I don't care about Purgatory. I don't really care about Gift of Health. He's going to be making tarts. I don't even really care about tarts. I can steal, like, even just a ton of priests. I can eventually steal him with Unholy Command. You know, I say that, I'm probably going to get wrecked by tarts, but... So yeah, I think if I steal Well of Misery, I think I'm okay. And I'll probably want to put up Vengeful Waters. We're going to save up for just a huge Vengeful Water casting. If the game goes late, that is how I'm going to kind of secure myself. That is my insurance policy. So we're just going to be banking and banking and banking and banking water gems. Over here, I have a decision to make. Do I defend this? Because this is actually pretty trivial to defend. I think I do. The only problem is these dudes can't make it, so I can't send crossbows in. But I can send all of these idiots. And I think we just send Bobo in. Oh, we had a battle here too. Calum sent a thug. Might as well show that. They killed the Timu, like temporarily. And by temporarily, I mean they sent him home to my cap. Oh wait, that was PD, and then we moved and attacked. Okay. So he magic phased in on top of the PD. Timu runs over here and proceeds to get wrecked. I wasn't really planning on this guy coming in. So anyway. But then we have Bobo, and Bobo ain't no bitch. Bobo has very good defense, 27, so he's not going to be taking any hits. There's like almost no chance a 17 attack is going to hit a 27 defense. We will get a little... Okay, we got touched there. I don't exactly know how that happened. But this guy has basically no chance of winning, so he retreats. Unfortunately, we didn't cut off the retreat route, so he comes over here. I could potentially magic phase attack him, but Calum has asked for peace. So I'm inclined to give it to him. Because that will mean I can have a profitable war instead of being in this highly unprofitable war. And Satis looks like he's ready for action too. And how worried am I about Satis? I am not worried at all. Long Dead suck against ghosts. Now, Satis can do other things, but not really many other things I care about, I don't think. Unless he has Undead Mastery. If he has Undead Mastery, then... well, it'll be annoying, but we can still turn one anti-magic. And then we are going up Fire 2, and when we get here at Firestorm, we can start doing Firestorm traps with our Fire 3s, because of course we have Fire 3s. So one thing, I'm pretty sure Satis is going to attack me here. I've got a fort coming up this turn. So, well, what am I going to do? Well, one of the things I can do is some of these guys can make it out here. I think, yeah, these guys can't. These guys can't. So these guys can make it out, and they can summon a rather large amount of fire elementals, and fire elementals will kill their weight in undead. So I'm kind of thinking we do that, and then I can take basically all of these idiots. I don't really want to bring the fear guys, because they're not going to be super helpful. I can bring them out. We can drop this in base, and then you can lead a big goon squad out here. And then we can have you bring a big goon squad out. Oh no, we've got you. So I think we do something like this. And then these death mages are going to be kind of useful in combat. I mean, I wouldn't normally just kind of want to bring them, but, you know, we can just do this, and then they can be on advance and cast spells. They'll do dust to dust, and if he has some kind of Sauromancer thug, they'll do fine. I don't know if we... okay, this guy can make it too, so might as well bring some more guys. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to have most of my battle magic online, which is unfortunate. Because really, I can just bring these idiots. I don't think... Do I have anybody who's in position? I have Ga over here, but Ga isn't going to be able to make it. Ga... Okay, we found some sites this turn, too. Let's talk about those. We found a magic site here. We found a monolith, so that's 2 pearls. We found a well of pestilence, so that's, again... We're finding things most turns, so our gem income's kind of going crazy. But before we pull up scored graphs, let's finish this. So, we've got nobody there. Can we get... These guys can get over here, too. Oh, not quite. Okay. So I'm a little limited. The problem if he gets here is I'm going to lose the 600 gold for the fort. The other problem is it'll expose this fort, which I have coming up. So I would rather not lose it. And then if he doesn't attack, if he attacks Boogaroos, it gives me an option to get this and then get the death gems from the Necromancer layer, which of course we like. But also, the other thing it does is if I'm about to eat Boogaroos, which if I make a nap with with Kalem, I'll immediately end my nap with Boogaroos. And then while that nap's expiring, we'll take this shit. Well, at least this. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and get this army set up. So what are we going to do here? Well, do we have fire in a jar? Might as well bring it. So what I want to do, he doesn't really have any shooters. So what we'll probably do, we'll do a very light... These guys are going to be up at the front in a skirmish. And they're just going to be on attack rear. Okay, and they're just going to run in. Their job is to die and to distract. And then we're going to have these guys right behind them. And their job is going to be to make an absurd amount of fire elementals. I think we want the big... Do I want these? Maybe I end with that. Maybe do fire, fire. And then we give her like 7 gems. And then let me just take this script and we'll copy it down here and give you 7 gems. 8. And then we'll have these guys up here also kind of just clowning. All right, we'll put them in the back. And then the problem is these guys on skirmish, they also have shit morale, being with my mage leaders. Oh wait, sparse line. Man, that's not really quite enough troops. Well, let's put you on home attack closest. Phoenix power, fire elementals. Feel like that'll work. Oh, we've also got this guy, so we can probably add a few more. And he'll be on hold and attack rear. I really do like the line formation a lot more than the skirmish, so I'm a little, unpleased, I guess you could say, with my army setup here. But I wasn't really expecting to get attacked by Satis, so we'll just make do. But if he attacked, the other thing I could do potentially is PD dump. Oh, I don't really have, there's no population here, so. And we've site searched. I do need a script. So most people are scripted. What I want to do... I don't really have anti-magic, which is also... I don't think that's going to be super important for Satis. I don't think he has a lot of priests, but of course we don't know. So Unholy Blessing is going to be good. I think I also do Soul Vortex so he can just... and then I put him on Advance and cast spells. And he'll just be dropping... what is he going to drop? A lot of the good stuff's Thaumaturgy. I'll probably have Evocation 6, so that will give me Blast of Unlife, not great. Cloud of Death, I won't be able to cast. I'm not high enough level, even if we have it researched. So, what could I cast here? Oh, what I will have, though, is Cleansing Waters, I think. Is that 6? Yeah, that's 6. Oh, but I'm not going to be high enough level to cast it. Okay, fuck. I have to be 2. I guess I just Dust to Dust. It's pretty crappy, but the other option, of course, would be Wither Bones, but I'm not going to be there in time. So I don't know. It's not very impressive. So we'll get Shade Beasts here. Well, basically everybody comes in. And then this is a big stack. I presume these guys are going to come up here, but or maybe they go... I don't even know where they go. I think, actually, there's a very good chance Satis attacks me, so I think I move here. This also gives me an option to potentially snipe the throne. Because I can just move from here to here, and if they don't have a way to take me out of it, I can just take it. So if I make a peace agreement with Satis, I move this army here, we can probably strike underwater with the whole Lemurian force and take whatever is down here. And then I think I win. So we're potentially a couple turns away from winning. I have to win this, which of course is going to be very dicey. And then I have to kind of get lucky over here. So I think I make peace with Calum, I move here, and then we come down here and take this. And that will give us a victory. And then I guess things like Well of Misery and stuff isn't even going to matter. So that is my plan. That is my plan. And I have no idea if it's going to work. I feel like it won't. And if it doesn't work, the thing that's going to suck is it's going to force me into war with Gath. Which I'm not excited about. But we'll see. What am I going to do? How much worse can my Diplo really get, guys? It can get a little worse, but going to war with Gath also means I get a lot of new land I can raid. Like this huge, look at this huge line of stuff you'd have to defend. Beautiful. All right, I think that's it. Take care.